Welcome into your timeless mythos reading at Soulfire Tarot. If you're new here, I'm Christina. Welcome to the circle. I am a doctor of Chinese medicine and an intuitive channel, and we are here every day. Whoops, I pulled two. Just wanted the one that was, there we go. We're here every day weaving archetypal myths and legends from around the world, together with modern intuition to bring you a dose of clarity and some divine guidance for your healing journey. This is a general channeled reading for my subscribers, but if you found it and clicked on it today, that means there is a message that is here for you, okay? So listen in until you get it. And if you haven't already, please click on that subscribe button so Spirit will tune into your frequency specifically in future channelings. Because this is a group message, not every part is going to be for every person. Please take the energy that is for you, leave the parts that are not. They're for someone else, okay? Don't take it if it's not for you. When something here does resonate, please go ahead and like the reading, or you can comment down below, or do both if you're inspired. This lets me know it landed for you. So it really helps me out. It helps my little channel grow. So, hoping for one more clarifying card before we get started. We'll do one more shuffle here. I want to thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, we're getting several. This is what I get. I want to thank my compassionate helping spirits, allies, guides, guardians, angels, ascended masters, and divine beings that are overseeing this channeling here. Thank you so much, dear friends, for showing up for all of us. All right, so this is interesting. So let's just check in with ourselves before we get started here, friends. Take a deep breath in the nose and out the mouth. And let's go ahead and see what Spirit is whispering to us today. So we are starting, there was a clear message that came in when I pulled the Mythos card from the Pantheon deck today. This is Theseus as the Knight of Wands, and the big message from Spirit today is to step boldly into your calling. Step boldly into your calling. So Theseus, the story of Theseus, he was a hero of Athens. This is the Greek Pantheon. And he volunteered to go face the Minotaur, this monster in the maze in Crete. And the point was to end this cycle of human sacrifice that was happening to the Minotaur. He was guided by a thread weaved by Ariadne, the daughter of the king, and that enabled him to find his way out of the labyrinth and brought freedom to his people. The challenging part of this story, so he was a huge hero. The challenging part is that he later abandoned Ariadne. He forgot the wisdom that made his triumph possible. So the symbolism of his story in general is about like passion and leadership, the fire of transformation, right? And also like that balance between drive and discernment. So as the Knight of Wands, this fits perfectly this story. The Knight of Wands is about action, adventure, charisma, like inspired drive, adventure. But Knight of Wands can also be a little bit of a player energy, right? It can be a little bit like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. And so Theseus as the Knight of Wands, this is really embodying, this is like wild courage, right? Of new purpose. This just, when I go with my heart, when I am absolutely moving toward this thing that I am called toward, that I am passionate about, I am unstoppable. I commit to what I want. I will get there. I will achieve this quest. But there's a little bit of a reminder that fire alone isn't enough to sustain us all the way to the end, right? Passion only turns into wisdom when we are anchored, when we're anchored in our connections, when we're anchored in our gratitude, when we're also anchored in our wisdom. The Knight of Wands, this isn't the King of Wands. This isn't even the Queen of Wands. This is like young Wands energy. I have not mastered this yet. I have not mastered action. I have not mastered leadership. I am still at that point where I am striking out only because my heart calls me, but I may not have the stability to maintain. And that's that piece, that stability and loyalty that we see come up inside this connection with Ariadne, this abandoning later of the very person who enabled him to get where he wanted to go. So every victory, when we look at Theseus as the Knight of Wands, it's like every victory, every adventure needs to circle back to our heart. It needs to circle back to our wisdom, to our grounding, to our soul's connection, or else there's a risk of losing what made us so bold in the first place. So let's go ahead and look at our clarifier. So I'm clarifying, started today with the Light Seers Tarot, and we had 4 of the cards that came out. There's a lot of major, about half major arcana here, and one came up upside down. Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. So we have 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands in the upright, 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hanged Man, and then the Hermit in reverse. There's a lot here about connecting in with others, okay? Connecting with others, 3 of Cups, celebration, community, happiness, 4 of Wands. Now interestingly, 3 of Pentacles is typically about mastering like a craft or a project with the help of others. You see here, right, that they are braiding this beautiful macrame while hanging together. But in the reverse, we're seeing there's a hesitation. So it seems when we look at this stepping boldly into your calling, into your soul's calling in this lifetime, Spirit is really guiding you right now. It's most ideal to do this with other people. You don't have to go this alone. This is not, I love so much this. We have the triune goddess, right? That symbol as a tattoo on the back of one of these characters. We have the Dipper, right? This sort of guiding stars. But then we have these 3 together. So we're just seeing this real togetherness, this connection component of the 3 of Cups. And then 4 of Wands energy, we're just like celebration, success, harmony, homecoming. I mean, just look at how beautiful this is. They're dancing outside this community tent, right? Sometimes it's even marriage, not particularly in this deck though. We're just seeing that celebration. So this is so much about like what you want to accomplish does involve others. Now, this might be friends, it might be colleagues, it might be your spirit team, but just that you're not going it alone, okay? The Knight of Wands tends to dash forward, and this is again where we're seeing this kind of like immature or not fully realized version of leadership. The inexperienced leader just says, I'm just going to set off and people are going to follow me. The experienced leader, the wise leader, says, who is my team? Let's create a shared vision. Let's generate together and use all of our passions, all of our talents, all of our fire to make this happen as a collaborative. And so we see here with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse that there's an opportunity with the Hanged Man to really shift your perspective on this. Hanged Man is about surrendering, about getting a new perspective by allowing that there is both some degree of sacrifice. The original Hanged Man story was about Odin hanging upside down from the world tree. There was this aspect of sacrifice in order to gain new vision, new power, new knowing from the fates. And so the Hanged Man here is beautiful. This is in a yoga swing, but you see upside down, now she's seeing these runes, right? She's getting access to divine knowing, to her inner knowing, to this spirit power by taking a pause, turning herself upside down, flipping her habitual patterns on their head in order to see what's potentially really there. And then we have the Hermit in reverse. The Hermit in reverse is about this idea. Typically, the Hermit, you would see the star. Oh, there's the star in the lantern. So our hope, our connection with the divine and inspiration is in this lantern down here. And the Hermit in the upright is about taking some time by yourself to find that North Star, that guiding star, that hope and inspiration and purpose. In the reverse, we're continuing to see this story that like a shift in perspectives and understanding that you're not actually going it alone. Even the channeling work I do, for example, all this work that I do here clinically, what I'm really doing is working with a team of spirit, of compassionate helping spirits and allies, guardian energies to help me help others. I'm not doing it alone. None of us actually does things alone, whether this is on the spirit level, whether this is on the physical plane. If we think we're doing things entirely alone, we're actually kidding ourselves. We are always in interaction with the universe and with other people. I wonder if we can get just a little clarification. This is the the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I'm thinking I'd like just a little bit of clarification around this following our calling, because it feels almost a little dichotomous to say follow, be bold, like boldly step into your calling today, and also say, but, be aware that you need other people with you, that you need a shift in perspective. So I'd like a little more clarification on just what feels like a little bit of tension, Spirit, between those two messages. If we could get a little clarification between this, go boldly into your calling, step boldly into your calling, and then this notion of, don't go it alone though. When I think of maybe it's just step boldly with your friends, step boldly with Spirit, know you have a team at your back. I'd like a little bit more clarification here, if we could get it, please, Spirit. And I'm wondering, I'm thinking about the readings that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And we've been talking a lot about self-limiting beliefs, about our opportunity to shift into our next level. And I'm seeing here, there's been a lot of there's something holding on. There's something that's been really hard to let go of. And I'm wondering if it is this piece here a little bit, this idea that to accomplish my soul's calling, I have to go it alone, right? I have to just step out there. I can't, it's going to put me, alone out on a mountaintop to really pursue this. So this is interesting, and this is very unusual. I'm not getting clarifiers here. Spirit, I'd like some clarifiers, please. Oh, okay. There, we're getting something. 2 of Cups. So with that 2 of Cups energy, we're really back in there is love and connection and support very much available for this calling. And maybe this is Ace of Wands, beautiful, divine inspiration. I'm wondering if there's been this sense of maybe what you're looking at is something very different from where you've been. And we can really feel like, nobody's going to understand. I'm not going to be supported by the people in my life. If I make this shift, it's going to feel like it makes no sense to anyone else. But this 2 of Cups and Ace of Wands shows when you follow your heart's calling, look, some people may fall away because they weren't actually meant for you, love. But the people who are meant for you, the ones who are your soul tribe in this lifetime, are going to be so excited. All they've ever actually really wanted is to see you completely turned on for life, turned on for the adventure of your spirit, boldly following your calling, your heart's greatest calling, in order to be the highest version of yourself. All right, I think we're getting just these 2. So we have these 2. So it's this 2 of Cups, Ace of Wands, and I'm going to pull Go Wild, full moon in Leo. So really we're seeing here this, again, I think it's this belief, I have to go it alone in order to fulfill my calling. I don't want to be alone out on the mountaintop, right? But we're seeing here, you don't have to. When you follow your passion, allowing other people into it, you don't have to hide it, okay? Follow and allow people into this passion, this calling of your spirit. Invite them in with you. Go wild. Stop being restrained. Look at this lion on the savannah, okay? This is this energy of I am, of course, Leo is very fire energy, right? Today's all about this fire, the fire of your heart. In Chinese medicine, the heart is the supreme controller of our body and our spirit. This is following my soul's deepest calling. My heart knows it. My heart speaks it. And be not afraid. Be not afraid. Go absolutely wild with this. Roar if you need to bust through these limiting beliefs that I have to be alone. Because there is love and inspiration and support here for you the moment you step into and really claim the full energy of Theseus as the Knight of Wands, of stepping boldly into your calling. Don't apologize for it. Don't hesitate. Don't blink. You just step into it. This is your soul's calling. You are the one who knows, okay? That's your opportunity for today. I hope this has been helpful for you, loves. I'm so grateful you're here with me today and that I get to do this with my dear friends, my spirit allies. If this was helpful, please drop a like on the reading, okay? And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.